Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 coming at you with another video. Before we begin, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. That really does help me out. And if you're looking at the title of this video, women do hate video games. So, now, before I start, because I know I'm going to get some fucking comments saying like, I'm a woman, I play video games, I'm not talking about you. You're cool, but not everything's about you. I'm not talking about you. But what I am talking about is I've seen like a couple series of videos of people having like these women on these like I guess dating podcast or women talk podcast like the ones like the Call Me Daddy one and fuck, I forgot what the other ones are called. But basically like these women podcasts where they talk about where they have just like women talking about like dating and things like that. And when it comes to video games, because eventually or every once in a while they'll start talking about video games, and it's always a common conception where it's just like these women hate it when their men play video games. They just fucking can't stand it, and I find it so funny because again, I'm a man, I love video games. Obviously, look at all this shit behind me. This is a fucking Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. I love video games. It is the greatest hobby to have. It's super fun. And honestly, it's one of the best hobbies to have, to be perfectly honest with you. It's like, if you look at it from like a cost perspective, it's like, yes, video games can be expensive, like buying a console, buying the games for it. But the time you get out of owning like a video game and a console, it's like pennies on the dollar. So again, if I got like a PlayStation 5, which is like what, like $400 or $500, and I got like, I don't know, a few games for it, like God of War or Final Fantasy VII or Spider-Man, and that's like, if I got those 3 games, that's like at least 100 hours. At least 100 hours if I started and like played those games from start to finish, especially if I completed those games. So again, it's just like, you look at like the cost per hour and break it down that way, you're getting pennies on the dollar. And so yeah, it's like, it could be an expensive hobby to have, but then again, it's like I have friends whose hobbies are like car modding, where they get their car and they buy like rims for it and fucking just, I don't know, cars. They buy car stuff for it, and that shit costs thousands and thousands of dollars. And again, another thing that I think is funny, especially when these women are talking about video games, these are the same women that will love it when their man spends $500, $1,000 on a fucking handbag that these women will like take out maybe once, maybe twice if they're really lucky, and then never use it again. And again, it's like if you look at the cost per like use out of that, video games completely destroy that fucking $1,000 handbag. So yeah, again, video games are a great hobby to have. Not only is like the cost and like fairly low for the amount of entertainment you can get out of it, you also it's like a social thing too. Like a lot of these games play a lot of these people play like games like Call of Duty, which is like an online multiplayer game. You can play with your friends. So again, it's like it keeps you connected. It's probably the best hobby to have, and that's a reason why. It's like makes more money than like movie and like music combined. I remember seeing a statistic where like they took at like how much money like video games made, but I think they also include like phone games, which make a shit ton of money, and like the AAA games and just normal gaming. And it's like, oh, it turned out that made like more money than like TV and like movies or something. And it's just like, yeah, there's a reason for it, because it's fucking awesome. But yeah, but like these women just hate video games, and it's like, it's even a meme where it's just like when your girl hears like the PlayStation beep and she's just like, oh, like just gets so upset. Yeah, just something about it. And I think honestly, it really is just like they don't understand gaming. And it's like, you even see it on like the news too, where I think it just more in general, it's just like, it's just weird when people don't understand video games. Like there was a story, I think last year or the year before, where you had that kid that beat Tetris. Like he was like the first person to do it. It was like this 13 or 14-year-old kid, and he played the original Tetris all the way to the end where the game fucking broke, which no one was able to do that before he did it. And he did it, and they made like a news story, and like the newscaster girl that was like talking about the story, like completely like, oh wow, he needs to go outside. Like he needs to do something like real now. That's not an accomplishment. And it's just like, you don't fucking get it. And again, it's just like, you are going to go down, like that newscaster lady, that segment's going to go down as people being like, how could anyone think that? Like again, like as we get more and more into the future, and like video games become even more popular than they already are, people will look back at segments like that and be like, how could people ever have been that fucking stupid? Same thing with like, I remember when esports were like coming around and you had like these sport commentators talking about it, and it's like, no, it is a sport, you're like thumb wrestling, you're like blah blah, and it's just like, you don't fucking get it. You don't get it. There will be a day soon where, you know, watching fucking League of Legends is gonna be bigger than the fucking Super Bowl. I guarantee you, especially like as like especially in like my generation and like generations younger than me go up, people are gonna care less about fucking sports and more about like fucking the Smash finals. Like it's just true. It's just how things are gonna be. And again, it's like people are gonna look back at these like Call Me Daddy podcasts where like you have these women just like fucking hating on video games and just be like, how could people be this fucking stupid? So yeah, and again, I think it is more common with like women in general that they're just like, they just don't get it. And it's like they don't want to get it either. Like, and again, it's like, I'm a firm believer that like there's a video game for everybody. And I think like these women that like just like, oh, I hate it when a man plays video game. He could be doing something so much better with his time. It's like, what the fuck do you want him to do? It's like, shut up, go play like Animal Crossing, go play Pokemon. I guarantee you'll love those fucking games. But I just found it funny. I thought it would be a funny thing to talk about and get a conversation going in the comment section below. So let me know, if you're a woman, do you play video games? Again, if you're watching this video, you obviously like video games and you play them. So again, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all the other ones. Yeah, anyway guys, that is pretty much all I have to say on the video. I just think it's funny, and I think as time goes on, just people look back at like those segments and be like, how stupid were these fucking people? How can you not like fucking Ocarina of Time or fucking Sonic Adventure 2? What's wrong with these fucking people? So anyway guys, I'm Shin0525. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.